Fast martial arts lesson, you're going to learn the martial art weapon. This is a kali stick or an eskrima stick or knee stick. These are aluminum. You can have aluminum or wood. It doesn't matter. Just grab a pair of kali sticks and follow me. Start with one in each hand. You need a little bit of the stick to come out of the bottom side of your hand. You can see that these hit, especially these aluminum. These come from combative.com, but these aluminum sticks hit extremely hard. And they move really fast, but that's the long side. You also want to be able to strike with the short side here and here. Maybe you trap somebody up, maybe you're peeling the weapon out of their hand, but you have to have a little bit of this sticking out of the bottom. So start with one in each hand. You should have a nice firm grip, not too tight. You're just going to warm up the body, going back and forth, just up and down, get the blood in the shoulders. These also become strikes and increase the speed, devastating street fight self-defense, stop the fight power because you have strong shoulders and a strong grip. Make sure your hand stays closed the whole time. So you warm up here, slow at first, and then you're going to slowly or gradually lift the elbow up, start to straighten the arm out so that you're getting wider range of motion with the most leverage you can possibly get for the most speedy strike, the fastest, hardest strike for self-defense that you can get. So 30 seconds here to 2 minutes, and then start to split your swing. What's gonna happen now is you're gonna get even more range of motion in the shoulders. So you're getting better, healthier, stronger shoulders. The joints get lubricated, stay safe from injury. Get, again, a much harder strike. On the bag, we're gonna practice the basic strike first. Starting with the right hand, right foot forward, left hand, you're just gonna bring this up and in. You're gonna come across the body and think about the angle and be as tight as you can. You wanna learn how to fight from behind your sticks, right? You wanna fight back here, keep the sticks between you and the threat. And the first one is coming from here to here. You're gonna follow all the way through in this slicing motion. Slicing and not chopping. This is chopping, pushing. You can even hear the difference in the thud. That is simply pushing into it. Much higher pitch, it's going a lot faster, it's hitting a lot harder. It's breaking bones, compressing the flesh for self-defense. So you wanna go through in that slicing motion. First one comes down here, bring it up to your shoulder, bring it down the other side. 1, 2, 1, 2. Gradually increasing your speed and the power in the strike. Because when you start to learn how to fight with these and use these, maybe for street fight self-defense, you wanna have full commitment on your strike. You don't wanna hit softly and it bounces off. The other thing I said, bring it tight. Fight in front of your body. I was watching some things lately, a lot of the protests, and there's that Antifa group, and they run around and they love to use that expandable baton, which I think is garbage, but they don't know what they're doing. They make these big swinging motions. Almost every time somebody just steps straight into them, and that big swinging motion gets blocked, bam, and they just get knocked out, which is okay. I'm not a big fan of those guys. I'm not a big fan of fighting and hurting people anyway, unless it's for self-defense. But you get my point. These big motions, those are gonna get you hurt. Make sure everything is nice and tight in front of your body. So back to the bag, coming through that first strike and that second strike. Angle 1, angle 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then go to the other hand. Make sure you can use both hands equally and evenly. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then, after 30 seconds on each side, add 2 more strikes. The next one, the palm turns up, and you bring it from the bottom through the top. Think of from cheek to temple, or from ribs to clavicle. But your palm has to be facing the sky. Don't bring it up this way. The stick will hit something like their body and pop right out of your hand. So turn your hand, bring it up to the other side, bring it up. So you have down, down, turn it, bring it up, and bring it up. And hold on, I'm just gonna lower the camera a little bit Get nauseous. There we go. So you can see down, down, and then from here, up, and then here, coming up the other way. But again, tight in the middle of the body. 1, 2, 3, 4. 30 seconds with that right side, easy at first, and then stronger and faster. I was watching that movie, Taken, with Liam Neeson. I don't know if you've seen that. He's breaking everybody down. And then the Jason Bourne movies. I love the Jason Bourne movies. And the Benicio del Toro, he's fighting Tommy Lee Jones. That's this style of martial art. You want to learn how to fight like Jason Bourne? This is it. Coming through, and then you can use anything. If you don't have these, roll up a paper magazine. Take a full water bottle, anything. Take a shoe, and you can fight. If the other guy's got a knife, at least you've got something other than your skin. So 1, 2, 4, and switch. 1, 3, 4, 30 seconds on this side. And then the next strike is gonna come horizontally through the middle and then back the other way. 1, 2. So on the bag, down, down, up, up, and then palm facing the sky as you come through the middle. And for the same reason as before. If your palm is down here, you bring it this way, and it runs into their body or another stick or a weapon, it's gonna peel it out of your hand. You won't be able to hold it. If your hand's here and runs into something, it just pushes back into your palm. It might bounce off of them, but you're not gonna lose your stick. You don't wanna lose your stick in a fight. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch your feet. The left foot is forward. Starting on the left, down, down, up, up, through, and then back through the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Practice your strikes on a bag, stack of tires, on a banana tree if you've got a banana tree. I don't know what kind of tree you got. Wrap something, a pole in the basement if you've got it, or in the car park. Wrap it with some old rags, foam, anything that you won't damage or destroy your sticks. And then practice. 4, 5, switch your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Just gonna do those 3 different angles. Down, down, up, and then horizontal. Those 6 strikes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do that on each side. Bring up a sweat. Get some calluses, some blisters on your hands. Start to go faster, hit harder. And then let's go into Sinawali. Sinawali is the weaving pattern. You're gonna start with the right stick on your right shoulder, the left stick under here. And the last time I did this, you said, hey, you're not as tight as you should be. Thank you for that. I love the feedback. When you guys give me feedback, I'm always learning. So from here, get them nice and tight, come through that first strike out to here and bring it back. Watch my hand makes a V. Down and up, down and up. That's the first V. 1 and then another V. 2, 3, and now it's under, and I'm chambered exactly the way I was on the other side. But watch what I mean by V. This is angle 1, that's angle 2. We did that on the bag. Angle 1, this is angle 2 on the other hand. This is angle 2 on the first hand. You're just doing the first 2 angles. Then repeat that pattern. It's 3 strikes per side. 1, there's the V. 2, there's the V. 3, under. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you can start to move a little quicker. Keep it tight. Fight from behind your sticks. Start to go faster, start to switch your feet, start to turn a little, turn the other way. Keeping it tight, keeping it chambered. If you have a target, go low, go high, go low. On that first pattern of Sinawali. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, the next pattern of Sinawali, you're gonna take that second one that was this strike, you're gonna deflect. You're gonna knock it out of the way. Deflect, right? So 1, there's the V, and then turn and chamber it. Everything else is the same. There's that second angle. 1, V, turn. Just twist, bam, bam. Knock their knife out of their hand, boom, right? Knock it out of the way. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, turn, 1, turn. It's just the turn that's different, right? This was the first one, there was no turn. They were all 1 and 2 angles. Now, 1, turn, turn. And then, same as before, start to move, start to turn, get it on the bag, 1, turn, turn. And if you have a partner, do it with your partner. It's even more fun with a partner. And the last one of these Sinawali's, or weaving patterns, the first one is here, and then you're gonna go to the knee. So it's gonna be high and low, face and knee, high, low. Then, down and back. 1, 2, oh wait a minute, I messed it up. So high, low, down, and in. It's gonna be 4 per side instead of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. You can turn your body a little bit more, but make sure you're coming back into your protected position. Move your feet a little bit. Variation of that second, or the first one. First one we were all here, right? This is how I'm confusing myself. I confuse myself almost every time, by the way. From here, you go down. 1, 2. This one is still 3. So now you know 4 patterns. Pattern 1, V's. Angles 1 and angles 2, that's it. Pattern 2, turning, turning, turning. Pattern 3, up, down, 2, 3, up, down. 4th pattern, high, low, low, high, low, high, low, low. Trying to get it in the camera so you can see what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm just bams, hard and as fast as I can, trying to take his knee out, right? For self-defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Last one. I saved the best for last. This is to get stronger, faster wrists. You're gonna twist. So from here, drop, tips to the floor. Your palms are now facing the sky. Comes behind your back and forward. That's all that is. Go forward a little bit and then reverse it. Forward, reverse, alternate it. This is gonna help your brain stay young and plastic. It's called brain plasticity or youthful brain. And then reverse that. And if your brain stays flexible, your body stays flexible. From here, twisting and out. You know what? Let's do it a little easier first. From here, twisting and down. And then twisting and up. And hold on, because I need to go a little lower, maybe a little longer on the camera again. From here, twisting down, twisting up, down. And if you want to really break a sweat and get stronger and leaner in your whole body so you're a better fighter, no matter what your style is of martial arts, you want to be able to defend yourself and stay young longer, add a squat. Add the squat, go fast, throw your arms back, down. You start to lift your arms higher. 1, 2, and that's gonna build some flexibility and speed here, which is gonna turn into faster, harder strikes for self-defense, but we're not done yet. Starting here, instead of going down, I want you to go into angle 1. That's angle 1, remember? Angle 1, you can practice like this if you want. Angle 1, angle 1. And I want you to do it first at the same time. I don't know why, it seems like the brain picks this up a little bit faster. But then, alternate, bring one all the way in, and a little faster, go back at the same time, go back to alternating, and then, see how this is out and this is in? Same time. That's when your brain really starts to go wah, wah, and it gets super flexible. You start being able to learn things faster. And things don't upset you so much because you're not so rigid in your thinking. And the body and the mind's connected. Your brain lives in your body. Body-mind connection. And yang, Koreans say. Yin and yang, Chinese. I don't know if that's proper Mandarin or whatever, but yin and yang when we were kids, right? In the cartoons. Hong Kong Phooey. That's where most of us learned about yin yang. Or who was the white guy? They dressed him up, pretend like he was some kind of monk. David Carradine in the Kung Fu show. Thank you, I really appreciate that, David. You don't know how much. Keeps the lights on, right? But it also just gives me some confidence. Let's keep doing these. And you know I would be doing them anyway. My wife says, you just like to watch yourself. And I used to fight her and say, no, it's not, I've been doing it for 30 years in front of the mirrors, teaching everybody. But she might be onto something. Anyway, so here, and then alternating. And I want you to do this so that not just that you can fight. This is going to make you a much better fighter. And this is going to help you learn spatial awareness, space and time, timing and distance, with your sticks especially. But it's also, it's just so good for your brain. And it's easier than it looks. So this is first. This is second, or we'll call it level 2. And then, with one of them out, alternating, just whack my ear, same time. That's why I like using these heavier aluminum ones from Combative. They're a little heavier, so if I really don't pay attention, they bite me. And look at that diamond pattern, that chops your hands up just a little bit, and then I can feel it. There'll be a little bit of blood tonight, and I'll go like this at night, and say, what did I do to my ear? I won't remember. In the middle of the night, I'll wake up laughing. Oh yeah, I whacked myself making that video with the diamond cut. Where were we? Okay, right here. So we're going out and in at the same time. And if you don't pay attention like I wasn't, you're gonna whack yourself, which is a good sign of growth, getting out of your comfort zone. That's all this is. One goes out, one goes in. And that's how I want you to finish your workout when you can. Always finish with a little squat. Start to get the legs strong. Every punch, every bow staff strike, every cane strike, every tonfa, and every kali, eskrima, or knee stick, every knife, for that matter, comes off of the floor through your feet. So you have to have powerful legs. You have to have good overall body fitness. And maybe you haven't been moving as much. That's okay. I find myself there every once in a while. So you start here, get the upper body flowing, and then you do a tiny squat, just a little bit. Just fire those leg muscles, and then after a while, you're like a downhill speed skater hitting the slaloms, right? And then you're adding those twists. Your heart rate's gonna go up, your leg gets stronger, your whole body leans out faster. Thanks so much. Leave your comments below. Yeah, you know what? I truly believe this. I've read for years and years, especially the yogis. They say the mind-body connection. I'm not wired like that. I'm not mind-body. I'm body-mind. If there's no, I gotta move my body to get it. And this is truth. ADHD, ADD, and some of you have it, whatever the hell it is. And they labeled us in school because the school doesn't know how to, they know how to teach what are called kinesthetic learners. There are 3 kinds of learners. The ones who read the story, picture gets in their head, they understand it. Doctors, lawyers, super success that way, right? Second kind, the ones who have to hear a story, auditory. John and Jane each had a kali stick, and they put them together, and then they had 2 kali sticks. And those auditory learners, those are all your mathematicians and scientists and CPAs and straight A's in school. And then there's the rest of us. Nothing wrong with us, but we have to experience it. You have to put a kali stick in this hand, and put a kali stick in this hand, and then the teacher has to put my hands together and say, look, Matt, 2 kali sticks. And I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. And then I gotta hit something with it. But that's how kinesthetic learners learn. And there's fully 1/3 of each kind. 1/3 visual, 1/3 auditory, and we all learn each way, right? But 1/3 kinesthetic or movement-based, experiential. And if you're that 1/3 in kindergarten, they let you play with the little Play-Doh and the rice buckets and stuff they do with kids now. And then first grade, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Who do you think you are? What are you supposed to be doing? What do you, make a good choice, make a good choice. What do you think you should, and then pull a card, turn the tag, put your name on the board. I'm gonna call your mom. They have this stupid dojo app. Has nothing to do with martial arts. It's all punishment. Your kid's not paying attention in class, they send a note to his mom immediately so he can get yelled at when he gets off the bus. And what happens is, that little kid, there's nothing wrong with him. And he's not failing school. You didn't fail school, school failed you if you struggled with it. That's the truth. Because they know that there are 3 kinds of learners. And they know that it's not a problem. But it's easier to write a prescription for the 37-cent Ritalin or Strattera or Adderall than it is to get little Johnny, give him extra recess time. Give him 5 days of quality PE a week. Quality PE. Not the butt scooter, hurt your finger, dodgeball PE, but where you get to go out and you learn different sports, and you learn how your body moves. And the schools that do that really well, like on the East Coast, I've seen them, the boarding schools where they have to go and do some kind of activity 6 days a week. And they cost $60,000, $70,000 a year for the rich kids to go to the schools. So if the rich people know that you gotta get the kids moving 6 days a week and that they all excel no matter what their learning style is, then they know that for the rest of us. But for the rest of us, it's easier just to feed them garbage at lunch and then yell at them and punish them if they can't pass the standardized test and get them on an IEP, the loophole, so that they don't count. That's my soapbox, I'm sorry. It just really angers me thinking about how many kids grow up with low self-esteem because they think there's something wrong with them and there's not. How many kids grow up and they can't do military service like they would want to because they've been on drugs their whole life to pay attention, to sit still. For what? To get out in this job market? It's a joke, right? The guy put the new air conditioning broke down here in Florida. The guy came out same day, the owner, and he's putting it in. He gets it in an hour. I said, man, that's fast. He said, well, I own the company. I get paid by the job. I don't get paid by the hour. And I said, really? And I knew the answer before I asked him. So where'd you go to school? He said, what do you mean? I went to whatever high school. I said, no, college. I didn't go to college. I don't like college. I said, how many trucks did you say you had? Oh, I have 37 employees. I've got 14 trucks. I made $1.3 million last year. And he's a kinesthetic learner. He's got to be outside and move his body. But they beat him up. I know for a fact. He's younger than me. They beat him up in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, all the way through, especially third, because that's when the standardized test. Until he got on the IEP, and for the longest time, he thought there was something wrong with him. He had ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. No, he didn't. He just learned in a different way, and they failed him. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Get a stick in each hand, and it doesn't matter. You can be a visual learner, auditory learner, kinesthetic learner. We started off by saying body-mind connection. Move your body. It's hard to stay in a bad, funky mood if you're getting your blood flowing and you're breathing. It's easier to change your way of thinking by changing your way of action than to change your actions by changing your thinking. That means you can sit with a therapist for the next 30 years and talk about your issues, or you can get up and move, go for a jog, exercise, get some sticks, start hitting some stuff, get the blood flow up, do your little squats, and you'll change everything. It's your life. Your mind can imagine the best, your mind can imagine the worst. Make sure you discipline your mind and put it this way. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Leave me comments. Check these out if you want them. Again, these come from combative.com. They don't give me any money, but they do send me some fun toys like this. I'm waiting. They're gonna send me this expandable staff that I can twist, and it unscrews, and it's 2 collie sticks. They said they would anyway. Maybe they'll watch this and they'll get it in the mail. All right, I'll see you.